It's good.
Through the 1970s, as R&B helped define the culture, black actors finally showed up on TV as well. Thanks to a raft of sitcoms, 14 in all, that would change the course of both comedy and television for decades to come. I remember as a kid watching Different Strokes every week and being mad when it didn't come on because it was just like those two black kids or Good Times or the Jeffersons or That's My Mama. Like all these shows, like what's happening? We all watch what's happening. There was just no other representation on television. And
Okay,
movies became
what the
another
fuck is
soundtrack
going on with this?
thanks to a series of action films, often given
God.
R&B soundtracks, known as black exploitation. You had black heroes, and in some cases they would be sort of keeping it to the man. People couldn't get enough of a black character talking back to white characters or something that
You said you're gonna show off your
elevated
music movie
the
collection, Mike. That's
and
what's
have
up.
Pam Grier grab a white woman by the hair and throw her around. Oh, that was just a revelation. It was almost therapeutic for folks, to kind of have this um, sort of assertion of self. I was never a fan of this terminology, black exploitation, because everyone is still like this. Who the hell is being exploited? Actors, black actors, actresses now working, making a living, making money, and paying for food, and making real money.
Believe it or not, I'm actually doing pretty good.
Vehicles. So,
Just one look at you. And it's all right with me. A lovely day. 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 I'm not a big fan of Black Alicia's Moonflower. Just let y'all know. Just one look at you. Da, 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 da. And it's all right with me. Yeah, Lovely Day. That is a good ass song. I was watching that Medea Homecoming movie on Netflix, and that shit just got stuck in my head all day, like that ass. And that's like I haven't heard that song in a while too. But surprisingly, I don't have any Bill Withers albums, and that's the crazy shit. It's crazy because like when people think of 70s soul music, I rarely hear um Bill Withers mentioned like that. It's crazy.
please enter your vehicle now and open your trunk dresser.
Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, love. Yeah, ain't no sunshine. Ain't no sunshine. Lean on me. What's the other song he did? You use me. Like he had a good string of hits in the 70s and shit. Niggas don't even talk about that. Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that's like the longest recorded note, or one of the longest recorded notes in the studio recording. Oh, Grandma's Hands. Oh man, that's another good one. Um, the joint he did with Grover Washington, just the two of us. What's up, Alex? What the hell try is that? LOL. Okay, Troy's not here, so I might just finish my points. Favorite album from Bill Withers? Uh, the Still Bill album is good. The joint with Lovely Day, his 1974 album where he was talking about his divorce. Yes, he did the original Hear My Dear, if you want to say that. Yes. Oh, there he is.
Yo,
Yo.
what's good?
I was like, what this nigga at? Let's stop.
My bad.
Now you good, bro. How you doing?
Chilling.
That's what's up. Sounds like you eating something and shit.
Huh?
I don't know. It sounds like you eating something right now. I hear crunching.
That's my headphones, man. I'm trying to untangle that shit.
Oh, I feel you on that. That's the bitch to untangle, I'll tell you right now.
You having some fish?
No, I said that's a bitch to untangle.
Yeah. Yes, I don't like that shit. Shit is crazy.
Favorite album from Heavy D and the Boys? To me, it's the Nothing But Love album. You said Blue Funk?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I got more than one though. It's Big Time and Blue Funk and Peaceful Journey.
To me, I can even list
like all four of them is my favorite. I can't pick just one because he was that great.
Shit, all five of them are my favorite. Don't forget about Living Large, my nigga.
All five, all of them.
Yeah,
because a great person.
One of the few hip hop groups that gets better with each album or have a consistent discography.
Right, tracks.
I can't say the same about the Roots.
Yeah.
Well, from 93 to 2000.
About that, Reg. You can't be saying that.
From 93 to 2000.
We talked about their discography already.
Yeah. Yeah, they have consistent, but it's not as consistent after maybe 06, maybe. Let's just say
after Chronology, to me, that's when they started going down.
Yeah, because Tipping Point was good. Tipping Point was good, but it wasn't a quiet taste.
Yes.
What's good, Eric?
What up?
Yeah, Q. We heard about the James Brown documentary, Cypress Hill, Bushwick Bill. We heard about all that shit.
Yeah.
I definitely want to talk about all those documentaries. Whenever they come out. Definitely. I was watching the unsung episodes and stuff too. Yeah, I'm not even gonna hold you though. Those shits are probably pretty fire. Those episodes.
Yeah, definitely.
I just wish that those artists would get episodes on their own, but you got Bobby Valentino instead.
Yeah, I didn't like that one at all, but you know, it's Bobby. I said, okay, let's do it, but I didn't care for that. You know.
Yeah, KRS-One dropped a new album. I am Crew. I don't know how to pronounce that one.
I'm gonna actually listen to that because it's been a minute since I heard a KRS-One album.
Yeah, the last KRS-One new album I heard was the BDP album, if I'm not mistaken.
Robert Glasper new album is dope. Black Radio 3. Yeah.
No, scratch that. That one he came out with, I think 2 years ago. That was the last KRS-One album.
Uh-huh.
Where he fucked
Black
up
Radio
MCA
Part 3.
steps.
I actually like that one. That shit is fire.
Got you.
And the Conway album, one of his best.
Yeah, that Conway, I gotta listen to that. There's a lot of albums I gotta listen to.
Cypress Hill
Don't worry.
documentary is in April in the Ghetto Boys.
Both are in April.
Yeah, it's Bushwick Bill documentary in Cypress Hill. That's on
Okay, cool.
Showtime.
All right. We're gonna start in about 7 minutes. It sounds like you trying to find your CDs and shit.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite album from Gangsta Net. Ooh, okay. Probably the South Park Psycho for me. One of the most underrated gangster rappers of all time. Gangsta Net. Gangsta Net, Spice One, and Tupac never gave a gun to me. What is the worst unsung episode you saw? Ooh.
I don't think they got one.
It's not like they have a bad episode. It's just that some artists I don't care for. But if there was one I wish they would have done better with was the Sly and the Family Stone episode. Even though I don't consider them unsung. But
that was good.
They kind of skipped over. You said what?
I think it was good though.
It was good, but they skipped over a lot of information from them. That could have been a 2-hour unsung and shit, if you ask me.
Right. I agree.
And I think that's because like Larry Graham didn't want to contribute, and he was a major factor with the group and stuff like that too. So they had to do what they had to do. But it's crazy too because at that time all the members were still alive too. So that's the crazy thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
The only member that died was up to now it's the Cynthia. She's the only one that died and shit.
Right.
Which God bless them because a lot of groups. I hate talking about a lot of groups. They even have like 2 or 3 crucial members that died and shit like that. But Son and Family Stone is still kicking it, so God bless them and shit.
Facts. Facts.
Eric said I've been bumping that Nodis. Yeah, man, Nodis. I need to get fucking Do You Believe in God album. That shit goes for still amount of money.
I don't have any of these stuff.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this Medea Homecoming is funny as hell. You got that Netflix budget on deck and shit.
I saw the commercial for that. Saw that.
Yeah, the jokes. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like Medea. I get a laugh here and there, but there's something different about this one. That
better story.
It's a better story because he based the story off a play he did.
Right.
How he developed it more. It had more of a build up and shit. Q, what is up with you and ass, yo? I mean, not Q. Damn. Q said, I heard he got pissed off on Song. You talking about Larry Graham? Well, if that's the case, that explains it because a lot of artists got pissed off.
Right.
On Song, like Jody Watley.
Jody Watley got pissed off?
Yeah, she didn't really like how that episode kind of focused more on the beef than the music. Which I'll talk more about that in the future.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. And I know Richard Pryor, he had an unsung Hollywood episode, but his family didn't like that episode. So they, up to now, you cannot really find that episode anywhere and shit.
Wow. That's unreal, bro.
And in my opinion, like I kind of think Richard Pryor does not really deserve to be unsung. That's just, again, my personal opinion.
That's crazy.
Have you seen the brand new Tommy episode? I'm gonna watch that tonight. I was at that whack ass. Yeah, I was at that whack ass party last night.
You really didn't like that shit, huh?
Nah. Like I said, I don't mind an orgy party, but I let the girls be pretty for at least.
Yo.
Even the girl I was talking to, her ass was like flabby as fuck. I felt like if I put my dick in that shit, her ass would have melted right in front of my ass.
Wow. Really? Really, Reg?
I'm not trying to be funny though, but
Oh,
if
shit.
y'all gonna publicize an orgy party, make the girls be cute. At least have 2 or 3 sexy girls. Because
Wow.
even when I was walking in the party, I asked the nigga, okay, is the party good? He's talking about it's alright. It's alright. I was like, oh
It's
hell
all right.
no. Yeah, I was like, oh hell no. It was supposed to be a Western orgy party. And I was the only one in a Western outfit on and shit.
Yo.
I left my dress down clothes in my car because, like I said, I didn't know if that party was gonna be lit or not.
Yo.
Like I said, I would have joined, but like I said, it was like a lot of ugly, fat ass girls and shit like that, man. Like then the one cute girl, I think she was with somebody and shit like that. And the nigga looked like he was packing, so I didn't want to fuck with that shit. I'm not some real shit.
A gun at the party? He had a gun at the party?
Probably.
Oh wow. That's crazy, yo.
Yeah, Eric, I'll send you the link after we talk about the albums and shit.
That's crazy.
Oh man. Oh shit, let me pull up my list on my notes and shit. I'm tripping. When we were talking about some ugly ass girls and shit.
Yo. That's bananas.
At least I had my condom in my wallet.
Yeah, that's always good. Come prepared, you know.
Yeah, I always keep a condom in my wallet because I'm responsible.
That's good. That is a great thing.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck if that shit gets uncomfortable in my leg. I always have at least 1 or 2 condoms and shit. Cause I don't know when I'm gonna pull my dick out. Really. Like one time, I was just walking to the mini mart. One time, I ended up fucking a Hispanic girl and shit.
Wow.
I knew the Hispanic girl, but still. But I just stick to the Trojan extra large and shit. That's all I stick to. Everything else is tight on me.
Oh man.
Just one look at you, and it's all right with me. Okay, about 3 more minutes. We're gonna start this bullshit. I already ate dinner, so right after this, I'm gonna get ready for bed. Scratch that. I'm gonna work on some music, then I'm gonna get ready for bed because I'm in the middle of a dope ass song. Yes. By the way, make sure y'all check out my new single. Don't try so hard when your girl. Don't try so hard when he buys you a car. That already dropped.
Oh, it dropped already?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put out 2 singles in one. Don't try so hard when he buys you a car, and the other song is called "We Could Have Been Fucking." And I'm also working on an Instagram live show at the moment. So, yes, try. I'm gonna show my ass on Instagram live and shit. So, since everybody's asking me. But this new project I'm working on is gonna be bananas and shit. That's all I'm gonna say. It's probably gonna be my most African project yet. That's all I'm gonna say.
I love it, man. That's dope.
Yeah, Moonflower. It's on streaming. Like it's gonna have like African influences. It's gonna have funk influences. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know when I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna take my time with that bullshit. I've been waiting on Kendrick to drop his album though, but shit, I don't know when that fucking gonna happen. Let the church say yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, let me tell y'all something though. This list, these albums though, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready.
This list is gonna be the list going to the. It's not even a countdown, but I feel like it's a countdown. So I'm just gonna play into the
Yeah,
countdown.
I know mine's a countdown slash thank you list and shit. Cause these are albums I've listened to since I got into hip hop and shit like that.
Whatever's on the list is on the list. So
Yeah,
there's like so much more that probably could have been on the list, but most of them is like shit that I still play. So that's what it is. I'm not putting shit on there that I don't fuck with.
right,
That would just be stupid,
exactly.
you know. Motherfuckers want to mention albums they don't even play anymore. Like, what will be the point of doing that?
But I'm ready to start whenever you are.
All right. Trying to see
Ready.
how this shit going in
Late.
order.
You said what?
I'm trying to see how the fuck I'm gonna put this shit in order. I know what's going first.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the latest episode of 150 Rap Album. This is your boy, the exciting, the magnificent, the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious Reg.
What up?
And right here we got the instigator, the loudmouth himself, Mr. Trapburrow in the building. I hope y'all love that spiced up intro and shit. But so yeah, this is part 150, 40, 30, 20, 10, part 6. Okay, part 6.
Part. I
Yeah.
thought it was part 7.
Wait, hold on.
It's
150,
it's
140,
part 7.
30. Could have sworn it was because we got 90, right? Yeah, this is part 6.
Part 7. This is part 7 today. It's part 7 today.
Yeah. Let me double check.
Cause we at from 90 to 81.
I could have sworn it was part 6. Yeah, it's part 6. Wait, hold
How
up.
was it part 6?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, you're right. It is 7. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
I can't count this. Shit, I can't count it.
Yo.
All right. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, we had part 7 and shit like that. Before I start, we are definitely gonna do another bonus video. We're gonna do like a favorite sketch shows discussion.
Yes.
Probably we're gonna do that next week and
Okay.
stuff like that too. That might be a pre-recorded video as well and shit. It's not a countdown. We're just gonna talk about sketch comedy and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
without further ado, let's get this shit started. Number 90. This is from a hip hop group that came out on Def Jam Records. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I show this album. It's Third Base with the Cactus album.
Nice.
This came out in 1989.
Classic.
Yo, this album is fucking sick in my opinion.
Classic, man.
Fucking classic.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This MC Search, Pete Nice, you know, fucking DJ Richie Rich. You know what I'm saying? This whole fucking album was very dope. Nice little like Def Jam during this time could do no wrong. This came out when Beastie Boys left Def Jam and Russell Simmons wanted another white rap group, you know, to fill in the void and stuff like that. And these niggas came and you know they definitely did their thing. You know, they had dope songs like song step into the AM,
Right.
you know, flipping off the wall like Lucy Ball. But then they also had some disses they threw at people too. You know, Sons of Third Base, they were throwing shots at the Beastie Boys because they had a beef with the Beastie Boys. You know, because allegedly from what I've read, Added Rock, I think Search and P Nice came to chill with them, and Added Rock started throwing shit at them
Uh-huh.
and whatnot. And then Russell Simmons wanted Third Base to write a diss track against them. And
Hey.
then you had, of course, the infamous song "The Cactus," where
Yep.
they threw a shot at MC Hammer and Professor Griff. Hammer, they had a line where it said the cactus tore Hammer's mother out, some shit like that, and
Yeah.
Hammer didn't really take that kindly. And then, with the whole Professor Griff shit, Professor Griff said that shit about the anti-Semitic remarks and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that too. So, and mind you, Third Base were Jewish and shit. So,
Right.
yeah. So this album right here is a fucking dope album. I've always been more of a Pete Nice fan than MC Search. So, yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right. Number 90. Number yeah, number 90. I know, Reggie, how much you hate this group. I think they were definitely ahead of their time, and maybe the hip hop community didn't understand them at that point in the 90s. And
PM Dawn.
how did you know?
Because I mentioned them recently and I expressed my hatred to them. So yeah.
Well, I think the group had a classic album, and again, when we talk about artists that were singing and rapping, this was going on way before Drake ever appeared, and they definitely were like mainstream hip hop, and they had a couple of hits. One of my favorites was "Set Adrift from Memory Bliss," and rest in peace to Prince B. And you still have the group now with the cousin. I forgot the name of the cousin that's a part of the group now, and DJ Minute Mix. That was Prince B's brother. But there's definitely a classic album. I love it. They had Paper Doll. That was another hit single. Comatose. That was a dope track. But yeah, this is definitely their best album to me. Rest in peace to Prince B. Boombox was good.
He said, was it hip hop though?
Yes, it's hip hop.
It was hip hop.
It is definitely hip hop. Yeah.
If people can call Drake hip hop, y'all can call PM Dawn hip hop. That's all I
Drake
gotta
is
say.
hip hop. Drake is hip hop, but he has R&B
He's pop
in
rap.
his music. Yeah, and pop.
He's pop rap. But the hip hop spectrum want to consume him as a rapper, which is very confusing to me. But
Well,
okay. This next hip hop group, now this is we still technically on a Def Jam, but they weren't Def Jam yet.
right.
This came out after one of the most influential hip hop albums of all time. It is EPMD, Unfinished Business. Oh man, this came out 1 year after Strictly Business, which
Mm-hmm.
you bet your fucking ass crack is gonna be on this album. It's gonna be on this list and stuff like that. Unfinished Business, very very dope album. If you ask me, pretty much call it like an extension of Strictly Business. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I'm gonna be real. I feel like they called it Unfinished Business because some of these tracks was kind of recorded during the Strictly Business era and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Like songs like Get the Bozak. Oh my god. Nick Nat Patty Whack, which I want to say that's K Solo's first appearance on Wax. But to me, the best track is do do do. Please listen to my demo. Get it?
Yes.
Please listen to my demo. Please, 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 please listen to my demo. And also check out the Craig Mack version of that track when he was known as MC Easy and stuff too. That shit's also fire. Cause he was a
Yeah.
roadie for them around this time too. But yeah, man. Sound wise, I'm not gonna hold you. Out of all of the albums during the classic period,
Mhm.
this one kind of like it still didn't really, it had borrowed from the Strictly Business sound, but at the same time, how can I put this? It got more. They were kind of getting more soulful. It's like Strictly Business was more funkier. This was kind of more soulful. If that makes sense.
Right.
So yeah, Unfinished Business, 1989, fucking classic. Ooh, I'm getting chills right now. Ooh.
All right. Stupid. All right, I got number 89 from a DJ, a New York City DJ that did mixtapes, and he DJ'd for Bad Boy and Rockefeller, and I still think he was like one of the best DJs out of that time. DJ Clue, The Professional,
Oh
Volume
shit.
One. Love this album. You had Cannabis on here. This is like the time when Cannabis was beefing with LL. You had Memphis Bleak on here, and when he just came out, and Mob Deep is on here. Boot Camp Click. Who else is on here? The Fantastic Four. That was like my favorite song on here. Um, so many people. J DMX. Rest in peace to DMX. Ja Rule is on here. Keith Murray. Just a classic. Still the best one in the whole. I have all three of them. Still the best one in the volume. Volume 2 was dope, but I think this one had like the better songs and the better features. And yeah, DJ Clue definitely was doing his thing in the 2000s with his mixtapes, the Animal Instinct mixtapes and the Perfect Storm mixtapes, and definitely one of the best producers. I mean, DJs.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, we got number 78. I mean, yeah, 88. All right, after we both say our 88, I'm gonna go downstairs right quick
Okay.
to handle something and shit. But all right, my number 88. Unfortunately, I don't have this album in my collection, but this is pretty much one of the most heaviest hip hop albums of the time and stuff like that. And even to this day,
Mm-hmm.
it was violent, it was lyrical, it's disgusting, it's vile, but I fucking love it. Is the Ghetto Boys were ripping on the other level, which I'm gonna pull up the picture right now. Yes, fucking classic album. This album right here, I'm gonna be real with you. I might get some controversial opinion, but this was the album that really broke the South out and shit
Right.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like they were still underground, but it got people noticed about who they fucking were and stuff like that. It put
Right.
them on the same wavelength as NWA, Two Life Crew and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though Try don't like Two Life Crew, but hey, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, this whole fucking album was fucking sick. Scarface, Bushwick Bill, Willie D, and DJ Ready Red. They have songs like fucking Let a Hoe Be a Hoe, Trigger Happy Nigga, Mind Up a Lunatic, the self-titled song Scarface and shit, Gangsta of Love. Like, and you know what? I'm gonna also throw in the Ghetto Boys remix album too in 1990 because it's technically the same album with a couple extra tracks,
Right.
and that album got re-recorded and remixed by Rick Rubin and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me, I mean, that if you for better mixing, that one was cool too. And I'm gonna be real with you. The Gripping on the other level, you can't really find that out. That album is so out of print and it's so expensive. But if you was to get like the Ghetto Boys remix album, personally, that's like you can still find that in some parts and shit like that. But still,
Right.
that's kind of hard to come by as well too. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
yeah, this was the Ghetto Boys at their nastiest and shit like that, in my opinion. Like fucking classic.
Dope. Dope. All right. Number 90, 97. Um, not 97. 87. We got 87?
Yeah,
87.
87,
87.
88, 88.
88. My bad. 88. Female MC. I still think this is her best album, but I love all her other albums. One of her hardest albums, 1993, Queen Latifah, Black Rain.
Oh
I
my
love it.
god.
UNITY was like the anthem for 93 when this dropped. Black Hand Side, Weekend Love with Tony Rebel. Um, Just Another Day. That was like her version of Ice Cube's. It was a good day.
Right.
And this is a great album. This is definitely production by KG and Tony Dofat. And this is like the album that she did when after her brother died on the motorcycle accident. Um, great album, definitely one of my favorites from Queen Latifah. She's a goat. So yeah,
Definitely. That's actually my favorite Queen Latifah album. To be real with you,
same.
I love the song "Weekend Love," rough.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Rough was dope.
yeah, but yeah, I must boil some water right quick. Give me one fucking second.
I said 93. What are you talking about? No, you can't try to correct me. I've been around long enough to know. What up, Mike? What's good? The last good EPMD album for me was Back in Business, '97 album.
All right. We're gonna go two more rounds, and I'm gonna get my tea right downstairs and shit. All right. Number 87. We're gonna also stay on the South right here. This is from another influential rap group that transcended a lot of hip hop styles, and it's the one, the only 3-6 Mafia with Mystic Styles. This
Classic
came out
album.
in 1995. To me, their best album, in my opinion. I know a lot of people say Chapter Two, and shit like that, which I love that fucking album, but this album was just on another level and whatnot. Just the production alone was way ahead of its time. You know what I'm saying? Like they were really doing like a lot of eerie, dope samples. Had that horrorcore kind of style. You know what I'm saying? This is the 3-6 Mafia I fuck with. I'm like I don't really fuck with like a lot of the shit Juicy J be doing now and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
You
But
didn't like the album he did with Wiz Khalifa?
I heard some of it. It wasn't really my style when it came to that.
Right.
To me, my favorite years was like '94 to 2006. That's my favorite years for them and shit like that. But at the same time, I'm glad that Juicy J has a new audience and
Right.
stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story for a different day. But yeah, this whole album right here was definitely a very iconic album when it comes to Southern hip hop. I'm trying to get fucking comfortable. Yeah, I'm trying to get fucking comfortable in this bitch. Okay. The song was known for songs like "Now I'm High" and shit like that. Part Three, one of Lord
Mhm.
Infamous best verses he's ever done. Sweet Robbery Part Two, Live by Your Rep, which that was the diss track to Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Right.
One of the best Bone diss tracks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And Bone, they made a lot of enemies around that time and shit. That's all I gotta say. But porno movie, which is crazy hearing a Michael Jackson sample
Right.
in in a song like that. But you know what? That shit works too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But if I were you guys, I would try to get the original version
Mhm.
because they re-released this version in 2001, and it took like they pretty much like shortened like some of the tracks a little bit
Right.
and stuff like that, and they kind of replaced some tracks too. But I kind of get that why they did, because they had sample clearance issues, and they had a new management. When they had the whole hypnotized minds and stuff like that too. So, but yeah, 3 6 Mafia, Mystic Styles, fucking classic album and shit like that. This is Southern hip hop.
What number we at again?
87.
Well, I'm thinking we had 97.
Man, I'm over here thinking we had 77, man. Shit. You didn't put numbers next to yours and shit?
I did, but I just that number shit is fucking me up though, man. I don't understand. I thought we was still in the 90s.
Nah, son. We in the 80s now.
All right. Okay. 87, definitely. I know you had this on your list earlier, but this artist album is clearly his best album. Even though I love his first one more, but this is like lyrically and song wise, his best album. 89, Big Daddy Kane. It's a Big Daddy thing.
His best
Definitely his
album.
best album. Smooth Operator, and I Get the Job Done. Mortal Kombat, Young, Gifted, and Black. Big Daddy's theme. A Warm It Up Kane, Rap Summary, the Lean on Me remix. Clearly his best album out of all his other albums. 5 Mic classic. The production mainly done by Kane this time. The first album was Marley Marl, but the production by Kane was phenomenal. The bars on it were phenomenal. Definitely his best album.
Yeah. That's his first two albums are my favorite. But that album to me, that was a step above Long Live the King and shit like that. One track I love from that album, Another
Mm.
Victory. That to me
Now
is
Victory was dope, yeah.
one of his top
That
five
was dope.
favorite songs he's ever done.
Facts.
All right, now everybody go to a rapper who pretty much, technically he was still underground at this point, but this was a time when he was trying to, when he was just getting his name more out there. It's Common with One Day It Will Make Sense and shit like that. This came out in 1997. Um, it came out 3 years after Resurrection. This was actually the last album he did. No ID did with him until The Dreamer and the Believer and stuff like that too. And it was also the first album he did without the Common Sense moniker and stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying? That to me was something. Like I said, this was like a transitional album for him. This album to me, some of his best tracks on this fucking album, like the Stolen Moments trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
shit like
That
that,
was
very
dope.
very dope. The, the first track, Introspective, again, fucking dope.
Yes.
Reminded me of Seth. Love that track. All Night Long with Erica Badu, who I want to say he was dating. No, no, no,
Yeah.
no. That was wait. He was.
That was
They were dating.
I think that was like around like Water for Chocolate.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this was technically like the first song, and again, that song is also significant because that was pretty much the technically the first Soulquarians track too, and stuff like that too. So yeah, man, like this album is a pretty essential album when it comes to comedy. If you really think about it, I like Resurrection, but I'm not the biggest Resurrection fan. Let's just say that.
I love Resurrection. All right, 86. I love this album. This third album from this solo artist from Wu-Tang Clan. Nobody talks about this album, and I think it was a fucking classic. Ghostface Killer, Bulletproof Wallets,
Ooh, I was not
2001.
expecting that.
Love this album. Production mainly by the RZA and Alchemist, Carlos 6 July Brody. And you had joints on here. And this is like, we heard like the bootleg version, where the tracks were leaked, like The Sun. That wasn't on the album. I actually got I believe I had not that one. I had to have the bootleg version for Supreme Clientele, but this album was phenomenal. and you had the Jooks and the Forest. Never Be the Same Again with Cole Thomas. That was the first single. Ghost Showers. You had the Jealousy joint. Like phenomenal album. Like definitely a solid album. And yeah, this is definitely underrated. Everybody talks about Iron Man and Supreme Clientele, but this album is just as good as those two.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna hold you. I like the original version more, but I still have love for Bulletproof Wallace. To me, I will call that an arguable classic if you ask me and shit
Yeah.
like that. You know what I'm saying? But let me get my tea right quick. So again, give me a couple
Okay.
seconds. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
I got my green tea now, so I'm good now. Okay. All right, we at number 85, 85, 85. My number 85. This album, um, some of the tracks you could have heard on the Bel Air reboot and stuff like that. Is Tribe Called Quest with their first album, People's Instinctive Travels and Past.
Love
Um,
that.
of Rhythm. This came out in 1990. To me, a very, very, very dope album. Very probably. I'm not even gonna hold you. I would call this Hooker album a classic album. I don't give a damn what no one says and shit. Because people sometimes just want to say Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders were their only classics, but to me, this album had a lot of quality. Like just the way they were doing jazz
Right.
samples at that time too was it was very different and stuff like that compared to what Gangstar, Jungle Brothers, even like Stetsasonic were doing at
Mm-hmm.
that time too. By the way, I think it's Mark Nash's birthday, so happy birthday to him. I
Happy
think they're having
birthday,
some.
Mark.
I think they're gonna have an open mic on YouTube Live and shit like that. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'll see who's. I'll see. I might show up there, give him some love and shit. Fuck it.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't gonna stay there all night though. I ain't gonna stay all night, but
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, man. This song album was known for songs like Bonita Applebaum, which the Hootie mix, that's my favorite remix of the track. One of the best usages of the Between the Sheets sample and stuff too.
Right.
Um, the rhythm devoted to the art of moving butts. Dun 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 dun
Mm-hmm.
dun dun. Footprints. I left my wallet in El Segundo. Pubic Enemy.
Yeah.
Very, very dope. Luck of Lucian. Oh shit. Let me
That's my
stop. Let me
favorite.
stop right
That
there.
joint right there.
That's my favorite track
That's your
too.
favorite joint?
Next to rhythm of devotion of butts and shit.
Right.
Yeah. Very, very dope album and stuff too. This was the Native Tongues at their prime.
What did you think about the reissue for that? When they had like the
Uh
remixes and all that?
I'm not gonna hold you. Some of them remixes were pretty hot when I first heard them.
Yeah.
I,
And they got like
I
the booklet and stuff.
Yeah, I'm in no rush to get it because I'm grateful for the version I have now. But
Mm.
that's actually one of the best reissues I've heard in recent times too.
All right. 85 we got, and we talked about this artist's first album. I know how much you don't like it, but I think he redeemed himself with his second album, and I think it's his best solo album so far. Q-Tip, The Renaissance, 2008, classic
Getting that,
album, classic. Getting up. That was the first single, and Move, produced by Dilla. Rest in peace, Dilla. You got what's the joint he did with Life is Better with Noah Jones, one of my favorite tracks on here.
yeah,
Won't Trade. Definitely a phenomenal album, and this is the real Q-Tip album that I feel like the fans been wanting. Like we had Amplified that was more mainstream. You had Vibrant Thing, Huge Hit, Breathe and Stop, Let's Ride, but this was more in Q-Tip's lane as far as the song content and production. It has that native tongue production, and definitely a five of my classic, one of my favorites. He got nominated for a Grammy also for this album. His
yes,
best album, definitely.
yeah, man. That's my second favorite Tip album because my first is the Come Out the Abstract album and shit.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
Kamal was good. That was a good one.
yeah, but the label didn't want to release that, but they wanted him to release
Uh,
Amplified. Okay, all right. No, not
Showed.
yeah, Amplified. Yeah. And I know a lot of people gave me flack because I gave the album some trash, but I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck,
I don't think it's trash. It was more
man.
mainstream than anything.
Some of Jay Dilla's worst beats. Yeah, I said
Oh
it.
wow,
I said it. Yeah. Scratch some of
blasphemy,
JD's worst beats.
blasphemy that you're saying right now.
I'm an honest. I'm honest. I'm honest. Can you imagine anybody else saying some shit like that?
And yeah, I can't imagine. Only you.
Yeah,
Literally.
because niggas won't listen. Niggas won't listen. They'll just listen to the chorus and the fucking hit machine. I listen to everything and shit, you know. But
No doubt.
anyway, I don't want to turn this into a whole discussion right there. But this my next joint. I am so proud. I finally got this album a couple years ago. My appreciation for this album grew in recent years
Uh-huh.
and whatnot because I kind of feel like this album. Q's talking about whoa. What you mean whoa? My appreciation for this album kind of grew. I would personally would call this album a classic,
Hmm.
and that is Public Enemy with Apocalypse
Yes,
'91. The
definitely
Enemy
a
Strikes
classic.
Black.
That's my favorite one.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna say this once and for all. This is Flavor Flav's best album was Public Enemy, in my opinion. That shit. This is the most serious Flav ever got on a Public Enemy album, and because this album came out, around the time, when they came out around the time, they were pretty much, crossing over also to the alternative crowd. And
Right.
even I was reading about this album, and a lot of people kind of call this their sellout album, their white album because of the whole Anthrax. And I'm just like, calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down. Y'all
Wow.
were loving it when Run DMC and Aerosmith did Walk This Way, but y'all would talk mad shit about the Bring the Noise and shit like. And I'm not even the biggest Anthrax fan,
Right.
but calm the fuck down. But anyway, this album has some of their best songs written. Like my favorite song they've ever done. By the time I get to Arizona,
Hmm.
um, Can't Trust It,
Classic, man.
um, fucking uh, Flavor Flav. Some of my favorite tracks, A Letter to the News Post, and
Hmm.
More News at 11. Because this is around the time
Love
when he
that.
was getting in trouble with the law a lot of the times and
Right.
stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, Smooth or Sister Soldier. You know what I'm saying? This whole fucking album, and also it had a more stripped down, production compared to the first three albums and stuff too, because they let their the Bomb Squad understudies, the Imperial Grand Ministers of Funk, do the
Hmm.
album and stuff like that too. So
Right.
yeah, this album to me is a 5 mic classic in my opinion. Timeless album.
Definitely. Yeah, and they were on. I remember they did that interview with Ted Koppel about when they came out with by the time I get to Arizona, and that was
Yeah,
back when Arizona wasn't they didn't have the Martin Luther King holiday and all that.
bingo.
So yeah, that was a real controversial video when it came out. They had like this the skinheads and not the skinheads, the Ku Klux Klan in that video and all that.
Yeah, they played that video one time on
Mm.
MTV.
Yeah,
One
one time.
time,
That was it.
like five or
That
six
was it.
o'clock in the morning.
Yep, definitely. I A4, one of the best rap albums in 1996. Love this album. It might be top three of '96 in my opinion. But they first four are classic. De La Soul, Stakes is High, Five Mic
Ooh,
Classic. The Business needed a video. They dropped the ball. Tommy Boy dropped the ball with that single. Needed a video for it with that with a Common. Common is one of his best lyrical features on The Business. And you got Stakes is High, produced by Dilla, rest in peace, and Dog Eat Dog, and Long Island Degrees. For more with Jean A, we talked about that on the Jean A review. Classic album. The production was fire. The features, most Def is on this album. It's definitely a phenomenal album, man. Like one of their best ever.
very dope album. I also have a De La Soul album.
Okay.
What's up, Clutch? That's
Clutch was
next.
good. Salute.
We had number 83.
Yeah.
This album to me was their best sequence album, if you ask me, and it's De La Soul is Dead. This came
Nice.
out in 1991. This is around the time when a lot of people were just calling them hippies and love, peace, and soul and all that shit, and they were like, "We ain't hippies,"
Right.
and then they said, "And it's not hip to be labeled a hippie," pretty much.
Hmm.
And so this album was like a lot more. See, a lot of people say it's a lot more quote unquote darker, but it still has some of the sensibilities of 3 Feet High and Rising, especially with tracks like Oodles of O's. But
Yeah.
I guess when people called it a more darker because it had songs like Millie pulled a pistol on Santa, which that was a very more controversial track. Where it's
Hmm.
talking about how this guy who was a Santa Claus, mall Santa Claus, he molested his daughter Millie, and Millie was just fucked up in the head and wanted to pull his pistol. And when
Right.
she saw Santa in the mall, she really pulled a pistol and pow pow and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Um, yeah, man. And that's a storytelling track in hip hop I don't hear people talk about, and that's a very heavy track. But
Right.
then it also has the same sensibilities of 3 Feet High and Risings with songs, especially like a roller skating jam named Saturday,
Hmm.
which definitely captured the maturity of them. But still, you can play that like at party. You know what I'm saying? That and I love that song to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fanatic of a B word with Drez, past the plugs, Afro
Hmm.
connections at the high five, in the eyes of the hoodlum, where they were talking about gangster rap, those
Crazy.
hardcore tracks. No, rhythm and bull. Dun, 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 dun. Prince Paul, man. First, come on, Prince fucking Paul did his thing on the
Great.
production of this album. So I would give the darker moniker to Stakes is High, but I would say this was a more mature album, if you ask me. This is De La Soul De La Soul is Dead.
Dope. Dope. Yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite albums from De La, man. Like that was phenomenal.
Right.
All right. Another artist, number 80, 83. I know you mentioned this artist already, and we just happen to have like some of the same artists on this list. But definitely his last great album, in my opinion, his last classic, and I love this man's discography, his early stuff. Common, B 2005, Five Mic album, phenomenal production by Kanye West, and people could say what they want about Kanye, but this nigga got classics. He made classics for other artists like John Legend and Common, and this is definitely one of my favorite Common albums. The Corner classic. That was like the first single, I believe. You got Gold. with John Mayer on the background vocals. You got Testify. Um, Love Is produced by Dilla. Rest in peace to Dilla. I mentioned Dilla like 3 times tonight. Like this just is crazy, but just a great album. And for anybody that hasn't listened to a Common album, start with this one. You can start with this one, and you can work your way back, or with with his recent stuff. But start with this one. Definitely on point lyrically, production, the songs. 5 mic classic.
I agree. That to me is his best album.
That's
To
his.
me
That's
and
your
shit like
favorite.
that. That's
I
my
don't know,
favorite
man.
Common album.
I love that one. I love like Water for Chocolate. One Day It All Makes Sense. Like those three are like my favorites. Resurrection, Finding Forever.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm gonna be real. Common, I mean Kanye brought Common back. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, you did. You got Common.
Kanye and Dilla.
Common became more mainstream because of Kanye West
Yeah, and Dilla. Don't forget
and
Dilla.
Dilla. Yes, and Dilla, definitely.
Uh, all right, two more. At number 82, 1999 was the year hip hop was awakened by a force. Dr. Dre came out with his latest protege, Eminem, the Slim Shady LP. This came out in 1999. I'm not even gonna be real with y'all. This is actually my favorite Eminem album. And some shit
Right,
like Marshall Mathers. That's my second favorite, and that's gonna be further up the list and shit like that. But this album was just more. It was just had a more lyrical, and the concepts on this album was so fucking graphic and shit like that too.
right.
Like some of my favorite Eminem songs were on this album, and you had like songs like "My Name Is," "Bad Meets Evil," "Just Don't Give a Fuck." If I
Hmm.
had like that song, if I had though, oh my god,
Crazy.
like it had like a fucking spoken word kind of feel. That's actually my favorite track on on the album. To be real with you,
Right.
and shit too. So yeah, man. Even the album cover, it's crazy. He has fucking Kim in the
Hmm.
fucking
In the trunk.
trunk of the car and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Looks like they about to do a fucking Godfather, if y'all know what I'm talking about.
That and just
Yeah,
celebrated the anniversary too.
right.
Classic, man.
So
Love it.
1999 Slim Shady LP.
Yeah, and that was back when black people was bumping them. All of a sudden now they got amnesia. They act like they don't know him. You know.
Stupid.
But number 82, Reg. I cut fucking class for this soundtrack, bro. I cut class back in the day when this soundtrack came out, which is something kids can't do no more. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I had to get this shit on when the video came out. I had to run and get this shit on VHS. I got it on DVD. I don't think we ever talked about this soundtrack. I think we might have to do a review on this. But it's definitely a classic soundtrack on Death Row Records. Murder Was the Case. Phenomenal soundtrack. You Better Recognize with Sam Snead. That's my favorite track on here. 21 Jump Street with Snoop Dogg. Murder Was the Case remix.
Murder.
Natural Born Killers with Cube and Dre. Phenomenal. Jodeci's on this. DJ Quick is on this soundtrack. Phenomenal.
Yes. The
One of the
best
best
Death Row
soundtracks
soundtrack.
ever. Death Row got two classics with this and Above the Rim soundtrack. Definitely one of my favorites. I cut class for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, kids cannot do that in this day and age, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like that determined to get this fucking soundtrack at the record store. I'm like, yo, I'm cutting class. I had to get the fucking VHS though. I got the movie. I had to get it on VHS first, and then years later, I got the shit on DVD. Thank you for the soundtrack, Reg. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I don't think we did a review on this. We got to do that.
Yeah, I don't think I talked about that album too.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir,
got to do
man.
that shit.
Okay,
But
I
we
gotta
did
double
above the
check.
rim. We did
Yeah,
above the
oh yeah,
rim.
we did above the rim. Yeah, we did.
We
Okay.
got to do this one.
All
Classic
right, that's
soundtrack.
gonna come soon then. All right. All right. The last album, number 81. I'm gonna stay on the West Coast. This is from one of my all-time favorite rappers of all time. Might be a weird way to end this episode off, but fuck it, it's too short. Life is too short.
Dope.
This came out in 1988. I want to say this was actually no. Born to Mac. That was his major label debut. Okay. But yeah, this album to me was a very, very dope album, very influential album from the West Coast. This was known for songs like Oakland, of course, the title track, which I want to say that's like one of his signature tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one of my favorite tracks, I Ain't Tripping. I love that beat. I love that beat. And little trivia, Mark Curry, aka Hanging with Mr. Cooper, he was in the video and shit too, because he's from Oakland as well
Right.
and shit, just to let y'all know. So yeah, definitely one of my favorite albums from Too Short. Too
Flip,
Short.
what's good, yo? Rap Generation. Follow him on Instagram. Dope. That's the homie from Australia. Salute to Australia. The last joint,
What's up, Generation?
number 81, and this could have been easily in top 10. This man brought out two classic albums in 1998. Rest in peace to DMX, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, Five Mic Classic. You already know. You already know the joints on here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Slippin', hit single, The Omen with Marilyn Manson. I love that. That was a sequel to Damien. You know, the Blackout Posse cut with Jay-Z and the Locks. You know, We Don't Give a Fuck. That was the joint with him and Styles P was on that shit on the chorus. Coming from a Mary J. Blige, you know, It's All Good, classic album. I love the album cover. I got this shit for Christmas in '98, and my aunt, rest in peace to my aunt, she bought this for me in '98, and the album came with the poster, like for the like when it first dropped, like the limited edition, it came with the poster. My aunt was like, "Fuck it, you don't need no poster of DMX with, blood covered all over him on your wall." So I never got the poster though, but definitely a classic, one of my favorite albums, and one of my favorite gifts all time for Christmas. So definitely Five Mics.
Yeah, that's a dope album from X-Men and shit like that. Love that album. And that concludes our episode. I'm probably gonna stay on to maybe about 11:30, 11:35.
Yeah,
I'm trying to really go to bed a little bit. No later than 2 o'clock. I'm trying to go to bed.
no later than two
Scratch
o'clock.
that. Scratch that 2:30.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate the love for these lists, y'all. Um, I was gonna say something too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Tomorrow. Yeah. So tomorrow's gonna be a double review because after tomorrow, I'm not gonna probably do a review till Thursday and shit. So enjoy it while it lasts. And oh yeah, Eric, I'm gonna send you the link right now and shit. So it's crazy that we never talked about the Isley brothers on this channel and shit like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was gonna wait till I got a few more of the albums, but I got a good amount of albums from them
Yeah.
now and stuff like that. I sent to Eric. So tomorrow we're gonna talk about the album from '77, The Heat Is On, and the one that came after
I think I
1976,
have that
Harvest.
one. I gotta check.
Yeah,
I
Harvest
gotta
for
check.
the World and shit. Yeah. So Heat Is On and Harvest for the World. Those are the albums we're gonna talk about tomorrow. And I'm thinking about having a review at midnight because I might do some deliveries after I get off work tomorrow and shit too. So
Right.
is that if that's cool with you?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. What is the most underrated Marvin Gaye album? Yeah, this is a good question, Q. Um, to me, it's the In Our Lifetime from 1981. What about you, Troy?
Live It Up. I love that one. You talking about Marvin Gaye? Well, I'm
Yeah,
going with What's Going On. What's beating that?
he's underrated.
Underrated?
Yeah,
I don't feel like none of this shit is underrated. Though. This is Marvin Gaye we
really.
talking about. This ain't Jaheim or one of them.
Personally,
But
I feel like I feel like Marvin has at least 2 or 3 underrated albums in his discography. If
which
you
ones?
ask me,
Which ones?
my favorite, Hear My Dear.
You think that's underrated?
Uh, yes,
Really?
yes. I feel like it gets respect, but it doesn't get respect at the same time. What's up, Eric? By the way.
What's good, Eric?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Oh, yo, man, what's up with this orgy you was talking about with these fat bitches with no asses?
Oh,
Like, what's up with
yo,
that?
shit, man. Okay. So I thought I was gonna go to like a. I knew it was gonna be like a sex party. I'm not gonna hold you, but
So
I thought
niggas
the
were
girl
running
was
choo-choo trains on bitches and shit. Or like, how was that gonna work? Cause
okay.
I ain't
So
never been to no shit like that.
what happened was they made me sound like a contract and shit like that, and then next thing you know it, I came in the party. I didn't want to
Niggas
drink.
said a contract.
I didn't want to drink nothing because I didn't trust that shit on some real stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah, no
saying?
Bill Cosby.
Yeah. And they were talking about how this nigga, all I saw was this nigga coming in a golden ass robe. He was a fat ass nigga and shit like that. And then I saw the girls.
Wow.
There was like more niggas and girls and shit too.
Oh hell no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. So
I
that's
don't,
why
I
I was
don't
like,
want to see it. I don't want to see no niggas, and I don't want to see no white bitches. So I'm just
yeah.
gonna
And
leave it at that. Cause
the girls weren't even that cute either. So, but yeah, I'm good on that. That's why
yeah,
I
I'm
pretend
glad you
like
got out of there, man. That situation could have, you know how these bitches be these days. Like this nigga
Mhm.
touched me, but they making niggas sign contracts like you making a deal with the devil or something. Like what the hell's going on out here?
right. But yeah, one other underrated Marvin Gaye album was 1969's MPG.
Okay.
That don't get its love in my opinion. Alright. So what's been going on, Eric? You've been collecting a lot of shit
Nothing just
lately.
been, yeah, man. I got these fire ass vinyls and shit. So I got a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you see when I got the original version of Ready to Die?
Oh, I ain't see that.
Oh,
You
let me
talking
show
about the
you. Hold on.
OG copy?
Yeah,
All
let
right.
me show you.
I'm sick of it. Oh, get ready to go down. Who you talking to? I'm talking to the piece of man that had the audacity to walk out of his family. Leave her dead. I'm talking to love me, baby. He's not pleasure to beat the hell out of you. Doggy, stop it. You're stop that now. I'm sick of him.
Yo, try. Did you ever get that like video situated? Cause the
Yes, I
video
did.
that you did. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I ended up
Okay.
putting
Yeah,
it on
you
my
got it.
channel and shit. Yes.
That's how you can tell it's the
That's
OG copy.
Dope.
fuck that 2003 reissued and shit. I don't want that shit. I want the OG copy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are you calling her baby for?
When I get my place, I'm gonna frame this motherfucker.
I'm gonna frame this too. Look what I got. I've been waiting months for this shit.
We've been seeing each other for the past
Oh,
2 years.
nice.
Oh shit.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to get this shit, man. So many back orders, so many canceled orders,
Mm-hmm.
so many fucking wars I've been through to get this shit. And I got like 3 or 4 more copies coming in the mail, so I'm trying to
Dope.
complete my Daft Punk collection, but I need the Tron album to complete it. So, I gotta get that very soon.
Is that true?
Hmm. Q said I have been to a party with beautiful women. That's nice. I thought you had a girlfriend, Q. Let me stop. Come on. Ain't nobody trying to get.
No, you won't get me. I just told you and my mother.
It depends on who make that type of music, Q. Like I can't really tell the difference between EDM and like certain genres of music in that like area and stuff. Cause some of this shit do sound the same.
Yeah.
What else been going on? Shit. Fucking all I hear on the news is it's like you don't hear about a pandemic no more. You hear about Russia and Ukraine and shit.
Right.
I'm tired of them motherfuckers, man. I don't want to hear about this shit. I'm so tired of hearing about that crap, man. Then you got enough problems going on in America with black people. Now you motherfuckers want to be out here talking about Russia and Ukraine, but these motherfuckers talking about sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, but you can't even sign a reparations bill for black people. What's up? What's up with that?
Right.
Yo, try you petty for that Instagram comment, yo.
What you was saying, man? What's going on with you?
What Regiment's saying about the clips?
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you said something, man, because you know ain't nobody gonna be talking about the clips. Well, I'm still breathing.
But the thing is, the post that was made on Instagram, they feel the same way about what Reg said, that they were making high school beats.
These niggas are crazy,
I tagged
man.
them in the post. I'm like, y'all niggas is bugging because nobody
Compared to what
that
these niggas making now, production wise.
Exactly. Nobody was saying that when that shit came out.
Niggas is kindergartners compared to the Clips production.
Crazy.
Let me stop, man. You motherfuckers don't know what's good music.
Yep.
Some music fits with the time that it was made, but you know you can't tell some of these niggas here now. You know they be making, you know, throw up juice beats and shit and comparing them to like classic material and stuff. So
right.
I don't know.
Capital.
Love it.
No, look, man.
No track
what's up
listening.
with no track listening? Look at this shit, man.
That's
what you doing, man?
That's just something that he's doing now. No track listening. I don't understand that.
I don't want these artists to start doing this shit, man, because like it takes like the concept of like, you know, motherfuckers doing albums and not having a track listening on like the back cover and stuff. Like that really don't make no sense. As many songs that No Limit was putting out back then, can you imagine them not having a track listening to the songs and shit? Like,
right.
It's crazy.
I don't get it.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna call it a night and shit like that. Like I said, it's 11:30 and stuff. But anyway, this has been a dope episode as always for this fucking what you call this 150 rap albums and stuff like that. Catch us tomorrow at midnight when we talk about the Isley Brothers double review and whatnot. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, man, you know, subscribe and like the channel if you want to see the good shit we keep posting and stuff like that, you know, because ain't nobody doing it like us. All right. So appreciate this try. Appreciate this, Eric. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right.
Peace.
Later.
All right, y'all.